Welcome back, man. We back in here, GrAy ArEa. Episode 5. I got the homies with me as usual.
You got Nacho.
Sweet Feet.
That's being Cat for those that don't know his alias. And, and we got Chelsea back to piss some more of you off.
Ooh.
You rub people on.
Hey, look, I accept it.
On top. And we have a special guest in the building, man. We got a Houston legend.
Chill out.
Nah, man, if you seen this dude play on the field, man, you know he a legend.
Goat.
Matt Davis.
What's up? Appreciate that, man.
You representing the North?
I'm representing the North out here today. BJ used to be out there with us.
Yeah. I'm still repping the North Side though. That's where I'm from.
He repping that Fort Worth.
Alright, man, so, man, I'm gonna start with you, man. You a Drake fan?
Love Drake.
Off top.
I have not heard his stuff though. I ain't heard it yet.
But just in general, you a Drake fan?
Yeah, I'm a Drake fan. For
You,
sure.
you feel like he's a very relatable person?
Yeah, for sure.
Off top. What about you, Chelsea?
I love Drake. I feel like he's a relatable person.
Okay, do you think... Do you like Drake?
Yeah, I said I love Drake.
Y'all like Drake?
Yeah.
Everybody like Drake. And I think because of that, everybody likes Drake because of how, relatable he is, right? But I feel like certain lyrics, though, you can put in the question.
You put him in the question?
No, some of his lyrics you can disagree with or put in the question.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm starting with you because as a dude in a relationship,
Yeah.
one of his lyrics that I don't want to say I live by, but I really fuck with was, what he say? I'm not unrealistic with none of my women. I tell them if they ain't with it, then let's just forget it.
Yeah.
Relationships slowing me down and slow down the vision. So,
Do you think that?
yeah.
Do you think your relationship can slow down the vision?
I think anything can, but I mean mine don't. And baby, if you listening, so don't. Y'all ain't finna get me in trouble. But now I feel like anything can, but I feel like anything positive should really like propel the vision. You know what I'm saying? Like my lady, she the type like if I got a vision or something, she finna sit down in a meeting with me. We finna mark down. She finna write down our goals and our landmarks of what we going towards. But I feel like anything you put the wrong person in that, they gonna slow you down for sure. So, and Jay be messing with them. You know what I'm saying? Them girls that be got substance. You feel me? So,
That's true.
Yeah.
But I also, just me, like I feel like with the relationship comes a lot of time and responsibility that,
facts.
you didn't really have to necessarily deal with or worry about from the jump. So I mean, with that, I kind of felt him when he said, kind of slow down the vision, because if you're in a relationship, you're for sure obligated to take a large portion of your time to that person you're in a relationship with. So, Chelsea, what you think? You disagree?
Kind of disagree with you. I agree with, what's your name again? Matt.
What you mean, what's it?
I can't look.
You don't know who that is?
Right.
She said right, like he trash.
He is. No, but I believe, or I feel like when you're in a relationship, and relationship can be friendships too, not only romantic relationships, that everything and everyone has a purpose, and their purpose should be to elevate you. So, in large quantities of time, that's kind of like case by case, because some people in a friendship, like, we can spend a day together and elevate each other, encourage each other, and talk, and might not talk for the rest of the week. And I know in romantic relationships, like, some people desire to talk to everyone every day, but every day is not like hours a day. It can be like, I hit you up in the morning, check on you today, hit you up at night, and that's not really that much time.
You said in a romantic relationship?
Yeah.
That's what you do?
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying.
I don't know many girls. You can hit them up once in the morning.
No, but what I'm
saying.
saying is like case by case, because what's a lot of time to you?
It's relative.
Yeah, it might not be like, she might not require that much. Or she might can be understanding, well, I understand what you're doing.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a down the dozen. Where she at?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that much. I don't know what that much is, but I'm just saying, if she know you doing stuff, she'll be more understanding and open to accommodating your schedule and making it work for both of y'all. Whereas you looking at using all that time as being like a hindrance of the vision. It can also be helping elevate.
It come down to unity. You feel me? Like if y'all on the same page, then it shouldn't slow you down. It should only accelerate you. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like two people working at one thing. It should always get done faster.
Mm-hmm.
In anything you do.
Yeah.
So if y'all got to be on the same page. That stuff happen when, you know what I'm saying, he trying to still work or you trying to work on X, and she feel like her priority should be some. That's why you gotta find a common ground. You find a common ground, and it's smooth sailing.
Yeah. BJ, what you think?
I agree. Basically what Matt said, of course, in Chelsea, that like relationships depend on what type of relationship. If it's a good relationship, then like you said, I think you should succeed from it. I think it wouldn't slow you down, but of course, like you said, it propel you to do much further.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's a bad relationship, then of course, you know, then you're distracted by too many things. You got too many things in your ear. You worried about this. Then I feel like a lack of trust too. Because then when you got a lack of trust in a relationship, then you kind of worried about, you know, what the other side is doing. And while you worried about that, you know, you're not focused on what you need to focus on. Yeah. So I feel like having trust would kind of, and having a common ground, like he said, would kind of solve all that.
I feel that, man. I feel that. I just also think, man, like, certain things and certain aspirations you have, like, sometimes you can't help but put a certain amount of hour in a certain amount of time, and a lot of times it's a little unrealistic. And I feel like when you're first getting into a relationship, like, that is, like, very important, like, spending that amount of time building that foundation. And a lot of times when you're not putting in that effort to, I guess, you know, see the person, do things with them because you focus on your dreams and aspirations, it can affect the relationship. That's why I kind of felt him when he said relationships slow me down and slow down the vision.
Can I say something to that?
Yeah.
So where you coming from, I feel where you coming from too. And I agree with you from the point you trying to make.
Yeah.
As far as I feel like if you're not really ready for the relationship or ready for that, then, or you're not ready to give your time and you're not ready to settle down or sacrifice certain things, then you shouldn't go there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You just shouldn't do it. I mean, that's about communication, you know. So if I'm gonna meet somebody, I'm not about to.
No matter how much you like the person.
If I like them a lot, I'm gonna do the most that I can within my means at that time. You know what I'm saying? And if it's not enough for them, then hey, it's just not enough at this time.
Y'all gotta really find, like, I'm really curious as what you talking about, like, the actual vision gotta be. Because, like, that, when in that vision, bro, it's like, you taking that hour, those 2 hours, like, you not wasting them, you investing them. You feel me? Like,
that was really good.
If it's with a shorty that, you know what I'm saying, that you really like, you know what I'm saying, I rock with it, you know what I'm saying? It's like I feel that way about me. Like, I don't feel like I've wasted any time. Like, it's times that I was either getting to know my girl or chopping up with her, being with her some type of way or something like that. I feel like, I could have been in the lab, you know what I'm saying? I could be doing whatever I could be doing. Yeah. But in those times, like, that time that I'm not using right now, that time is going, like, I'm investing that time for later, because investing that time with her, it brought us close into the fact that now we have a like-minded vision, you feel me? So now you have those two people working together, so.
No doubt.
And also, like, you have to think of the long-term vision of who you want in your circle. Do you want to get married one day? Right. Do you want to have that support system? And investing time now is what's going to help you do that when y'all are making it and when you are successful. You have somebody that you know from the bottom, y'all made it to the top, and y'all united and on the same page. But if you're not willing to invest now and you make it, you're not going to really know the true intentions of the people that you end up coming around.
Well, like he said, if you really like that person, then you would invest, you know what I'm saying? But maybe it's somebody that maybe you just haven't met that person who is willing to make you, you know, sacrifice that time. So that's different. Like with your relationship, you happy, you know what I'm saying? Y'all have a like-minded goal. Maybe, like he said, like Drake meeting the wrong women. Yeah. Maybe that's, you know, that could be the case to where, you know, it's like, why invest my time? You'll slow it down. I don't see this going nowhere. I can't build nothing with you. You know what I'm saying? And if that's the case, then you'll waste your time.
And then also, it's a time investment because women and men think differently. So you can bounce ideas off that girl, or if you trust her insight, you know, and get a whole different perspective or direction that's more beneficial for you in the long run.
That's true.
And Drake also bring it to another question about, like, why are all these girls the same? You know what I'm saying? How they all a waste and stuff like that. They take away from the vision. Like, you getting the same type of girls every single time.
So
like,
it's him.
Bro, yeah.
Y'all,
It's
entertainment.
Definitely.
At the same, bro.
So
like,
it's entertainment.
Yeah,
No,
I'm sure. Like, I'm
but that
sure he
line is
has.
real, though.
No, it's real. I'm sure he has met these girls and rapping
Just
about them. But I'm
flipping.
sure he's met some women with substance too, and he couldn't commit.
Yeah, so that's him.
But,
It's the same thing like with girls, and they say all I meet is trash dudes. Like, at some point, there's only one common denominator.
Yeah,
It's
Straight
you.
up.
Straight.
Yeah. I think with
Like
Drake,
Kevin said, you attracting ancient niggas.
Yeah.
straight up. Now with Drake too though, you kind of gotta, when you listen to his lyrics, I feel like you definitely have to put your like emotional thinking cap on too, because when he was saying that, I felt like he was referring to like not only the time he puts in, but also the emotional investment in it. Cause you know, I feel like for him, put that emotional investment in time kind of drains him to a certain extent where, cause you're gonna go through problems in any kind of relationship, no matter what, and you have to ask yourself, is that worth it? Is that worth it if it's, you know, taken away from me putting in 100% into my goals and all that? So I just think that's kind of I guess the slow down the vision kind of thing is where he got that from.
So the wrong person can slow down the vision.
But is it always the wrong person if you just get into an argument every now and then? You know what I'm saying?
If y'all just get in an argument every now and then, how is that slowing down the vision?
Yeah, that's true. Every now and then.
That's really
That's
true,
true
though.
though. But I mean, for some people, even that's not worth it.
Then they just not mature.
Yeah.
Cause
Or
it's
they're
always
not
gonna be
in a
discouraged.
position to be with somebody.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're so focused on yourself, you can't give anybody anything of you.
Facts.
That's trash too.
That's trash, but you have to be self-aware where you know I'm not going to put myself in this situation.
See, but I'm just saying, I mean, they teach his own, but I just hate when people like use that, like, cause they just selfish in everything they do, and they don't want, and that's in like either in their relationships with like romantically, in their relationship with their family, like they just completely selfish, and they don't want to give. They want everybody to sacrifice what they doing, whether it's their finances, their time, you know what I'm saying, whatever
Without
it is.
reciprocation.
Yeah, and no type of reciprocation. But like, I'm just not in a position. Like you hear like, shoot, partners, you know what I'm saying. Your partners hear that, you hear girls say that, but it's like, no, you just want base what you're saying is you want everything to happen for you, but you don't want to give it back to nobody else.
But that's
I
not
feel
what
that.
I'm saying. Like, I'm saying self-aware. Like, sometimes people are in emotional turmoil, or sometimes people got other stuff going on where it would be selfish for them to involve somebody else when they're not whole themselves.
Oh no, I feel you.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to be self-aware to know, like, look, it's not worth me, or it's not worth you getting into this with me, because like I'm messed up. I need to do some things on my own and not be codependent.
Dudes be doing that all the time. They tell girls like, hey, you know, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do it for you.
Right. And I mean, I feel like that's healthy. And sometimes as
What they
women, we'll be like, oh, we can heal them, we can save them.
Yeah,
But nah, you can't save them, can't heal them.
They
Let them
do
heal
that.
themselves.
Y'all girls have that complex. Y'all be wanting to save somebody.
But I think it's because we're naturally nurturers.
Yeah.
Because we're mothers.
Y'all be nurturing that heartbreak too. It be happening.
Yeah, it sure do. We gotta learn that lesson. Learn it once and keep it moving.
Yeah. All right. So real quick, is Drake the best rapper to you?
No, he not the best rapper.
Who's your favorite rapper?
J. Cole.
Oh,
Is
J.
he the
Cole's
best rapper?
one, too.
Best rapper of
Is
all
J. Cole the
time.
best rapper? Oh, we all time?
Yeah, all time.
Oh, of all time, bro. See, that's a whole
That's
different.
hard.
That's a whole different
That's a
realm.
whole because when you talking about who's the best rapper,
But we just talking about like
the ability to rap.
your opinion, no. So
Oh
like,
yeah, I'm rap man. I'm like Cole, Scarface,
Okay.
3 Stacks.
That's my
You know what I'm
favorite.
saying?
That's dope. That's
Cole,
dope.
you know what I'm saying? Cole.
Right.
Chelsea, you in the rap?
Yeah, I'm a J. Cole fan. You say you gonna do this all
What,
day?
what about you?
Andre 3 Stacks I think is the best
Why?
rapper.
You ain't ask somebody else on?
Shit,
He explained why though. Why he roof?
But, but no, I don't know. I think he's the best because just lyrically, the way I feel like he's elevated the game and changed it in a way that it wasn't before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the people now, you know, have looked to him for advice or inspiration. Even when you hear other great, you know, MCs talk, they put Andre in their best.
Mhm.
And another thing I heard, if you think about it, you didn't hear people come at Jay, people come at Drake, people say something about Cole, whatever, Kendrick, whatever. They had their beef. Who beef with Andre 3 Stacks? Nobody.
Yeah.
That's a death penalty.
Because nobody wants that. You know what I'm saying? And then, I mean, the knock on it is he never came out solo with a solo album.
That's true, yeah.
But, I mean, if you look at the last album, what was it, Speaker Box,
Mhm.
The Love Below with,
Yeah.
you know, Outkast, it sold 10 million records.
Yeah.
Grammy. You know what I'm saying?
But do records automatically mean you the best?
No, but
Not
I
at all.
was talking about his lyrics though.
Okay.
But I'm just saying,
No, I
if
agree.
you go to if you look on the record, more than half of the songs he's accredited for with lyrics, you know, production, playing the instruments, acoustics. So as far as rap, I feel like just lyrically, definitely that's what I feel like rap is about. You know, it's like a form of poetry art.
I feel
So the
that.
way he flow and the things he say, he can tell a story. I like somebody who can tell a story.
Yeah.
Pull me in, draw me, you know, make
And
me.
he just so meticulous in how he say his words, like
Right.
everything.
It's like
is-
poetic.
Yeah,
Right.
and he find all these different pockets, and he had these cadences that other people can't rap in, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's something like, it's amazing,
Shawty
bro.
went by the whip.
Yeah.
All right,
Same way,
question
like-
though. So would you separate being an artist and being a rapper?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's-
Yeah,
Because there's
for
people
sure.
there's people who are trash artists who are great rappers.
Right.
Except like the
Absolutely.
people like people love to hate him, like, but Joe Budden can rap. Like,
Oh,
he
off
can
top.
rap. He can
Yeah.
rap people out the building.
Oh, big time.
You know what I'm saying? But like as an artist, only people know is Pump It Up. You know what I'm saying? But as a rapper, like when you look at people who can rap, there's people who can who really can rap. Like people who put it together. Like that's one of Cole's knocks. Like people say that like sometimes Cole doesn't make the greatest songs, but he always can put it together. Like he don't always put his greatest songs
Yeah.
with his best verses.
And
You
I
know what I'm
think
saying?
and I think that's what kind of just talking now that kind of separates Kendrick and Cole when
Yes.
you get to debating because they both lyrically cold, but
Yeah.
if we keep it 100, Kendrick made more and better songs, and he's always on different features and stuff like that too. So when I choose my best rapper, I'm the biggest J. Cole stan in the world.
Yeah.
He my favorite rapper, but I can objectively say Kendrick Lamar is a better rapper because I feel like he's more versatile. He can get his like in terms of flows.
Like a better artist or a better rapper? Like
Think-
what you talking about? You think he raps better than him?
I think that can be argued, bro.
I'm not
Absolutely.
debating. I'm just asking.
I think it can be argued, but I like Cole better because he's a smoother kind of cat, and I'm a naturally smoother kind of cat.
I just like him, bro, because I just feel like, bro, ever since I listened to him, like, Friday Night Lights.
Oh, come on, that's
I
my
already
favorite
know.
mixtape ever.
Yeah, I think it's the greatest mixtape of all time. That is so far gone.
That's
But,
yeah.
bro, it's like, you can close your eyes, bro, and you just, see everything you're talking about.
Man.
College kids, no scholarships, stuff, semester, unpacking your suitcases, stuff
Filling
like
up your
that.
dresser.
And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, bro, this dude's great.
Yeah, off top, yeah.
But I think what you was talking about is as far as he put, or you said that he put
I think
his, he don't put
cadence,
his
like
best verses with his best songs.
That's a
Who
knock.
Cole?
But I think he do that for a reason though. You know what I'm saying? I think purposely it's kind of like, all right, y'all want me to do this mainstream thing. He kind of one of them people like,
Yeah.
I know I got to do a mainstream, song or whatever. Here you go. I'm gonna throw some stuff on it. All right, but I want y'all to come listen to this. Real
But bro,
shit.
but even
Yeah.
even when he does that, it's not always like, bro. Have y'all heard his verse on Jeezy's album?
American Dream?
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah, that's still cold.
that's the type of Cole that
Got money to make.
bro, I want
Cut
to
the
hear
cake,
that
cut
all
the
the
cake.
time. He
Yeah.
just kind of it's sometimes he just doesn't, and he's a big enough artist to, bro, he can make whatever kind of music he wants to.
And he gonna have-
and he's still gonna have because he
Yeah.
has generated that type of buzz. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to make "Got Me Up All Night," even though that song was hard. But
I mean, but the one they play on the radio, like Crooked Smile, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
Deja
it's just
Vu.
certain songs. I mean, even with Drake, if you hear turn on the radio, you hear songs like Controller. You know what I'm saying? Or songs
Yeah.
like that more than you
Yeah.
would.
but that's Drake's lane though.
That
right,
is,
the
yeah.
pop lane, you know, he
Yeah.
run that.
But that's still
But then he got the rap
man,
Yeah,
that's
you
the
know,
Drake that I like. That
credibility.
Lust for Life, and my favorite song by him is Say What's Real. You know
Ooh.
what I'm saying?
24 hours
you
from
would.
greatness, I'm that close.
Bro said,
Oh, to get
I listen to
back.
that every night for the football game. I'm that close.
bro said I had fun and I can't imagine how. I just see my ex-girl standing with
My next girl standing with the girl that I'm fucking
right now.
Alright, ain't nobody. Alright, it's kind of switching gears real quick, man. Just straight up. Do you think, or Chelsea, I'll start with you because she's so animated.
Yeah, she giggling with you.
Could you date a dude who
Oh,
had sex with
No.
one of your friends?
I couldn't.
But what if it was just straight?
I
That's
couldn't
all it
because
was.
I can't. I wouldn't feel comfortable with one of my friends being able to say, "Oh yeah, I was with him," or if I'm telling.
But why would your friend tell you that? That's kind of whack.
So wait, you
Wait, why would
As
my
in-
friend
No,
tell?
like
As in a friend bragging about it, that's how you kind of made it seem. You said I wouldn't want my friend to say.
No,
yeah,
no, I'm saying if she did it, she would be able to say that she did it.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be comfortable with anybody. Like, I don't want, even if it was an ex-girl that I don't even know her, I don't need her to even be saying that she was with my man, even though, okay, y'all was together, whatever. I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. Let
So you
alone
wouldn't
my
be a virgin?
closest friend. No. I'm saying, like, I know it's happened, but I wouldn't want us to talk about it. Like,
I'm with you.
and when it's with my friend, like, it's gonna come up in conversation. Like, I'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, you know, hey, yesterday, like, XYZ. I don't need you to even be able to relate to how I feel. That's my.
what's up, man?
My boy looking at me. Bro, no.
No, sir.
No.
No deal.
That's not Nathaniel. That's a whole different. Like, bro, it's one of them things.
Why
like
is
she
it though?
said.
Is it straight? I feel like that's
Could you
straight
do it?
ego.
Bro,
thing.
that's ego, that's pride, and I feel like, bro, when you get into the respect part of things, bro, like everybody in here has seen somebody that they have had a past with at some point.
Yeah.
And you know, bro, that like it's inevitable no matter what, even whether you dwell on it or just like something pops, it's gonna be like, oh, like that thought could come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, bro, it's a simple fact. If you like, you talking about your girl or something, like, hey man, bro, she blah 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 today. Like she said, bro, he can be like, I remember when.
Right,
Like,
that shit
but-
gonna
but
get
why
shit.
would your-
no,
why would
he
your
wouldn't-
homie do
I'm
some
saying,
shit like that,
He
though?
wouldn't say that.
He wouldn't say
Because then
it.
you gotta muff him. But
yeah.
you gotta whoop something. But I'm saying like.
But he could relate. He can reflect
That's what
on
I'm saying.
that,
Like
yeah.
in his mind, he can be like, you know what I'm saying, bro. You
Like, you
know,
seen your girl
you
body.
know.
He a whole ass nigga if he do that.
But no, bro.
No, he not
that's
saying
your that's
it.
your own like in like.
That's what you think.
Yeah, we went somewhere like, bro. If I'm not going, you know how it is. If I was dating her,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's you know what I'm saying. And you had dated her before,
Yeah.
and I just say, bro, Chelsea pissed me off today. In your mind, regardless, in your mind, it's gonna be like, dang, she pissed me off before too.
Right.
Okay.
Whether you mean it to or not, it's gonna come up.
But
And
see, that's
I,
different.
I'm not comfortable with that.
That's different because I'm referring to just on some one night stand shit. It happened. That was it.
No, because then I look at her like she trash.
Oh.
But I mean, ain't nobody perfect though.
You're right, but I don't even want to think about that. Like,
Okay.
if you want to have your like one like, and this a double standard 100%.
I'll pop it in.
I'm not saying that it's
That is
that
right.
is right. I'm
Yeah.
just telling you, it's like in that moment, bro. It's like, so you just decided you want to wild out for one night. Why you had to do it with him? You know what I'm
And
saying?
then it's
But
like,
that was
and
before
then
she
it's
didn't know you
like,
at the
no,
point.
but
That was
then-
before she met you.
She didn't even know you.
I mean, hey, every you know what I'm saying. Every action got a consequence. You feel me? Like,
This is true. But then that's like you can't. Neither one of the parties will be able to let the past be the past. Cause then
Yeah,
now he
no,
bringing
it's
it up like I can't even like he gonna bring it up and then she can't let it go if it was a horrible one night stand, if it's a great one night stand, then she either
But how do
reflecting
you
on
know
it.
though? You speaking.
I feel like
from,
that's messed up though.
I feel like you
feel
speaking from your own perspective though.
I am. It's my opinion, right?
Yeah, that's true. But you was saying like that's how she gonna feel. But
What the moral of it is like the past wouldn't be able to be the past if
oh, because they gonna
if
always
it was
be
a one
around
night
you.
stand, like yeah.
Bro. But
does the type of friend matter? Like if it's
Absolutely, bro.
Definitely.
yeah,
that's what I was gonna say, bro. It's like if that's like my homie,
like
you know what I'm saying, then that's a definite no go. You
Yeah.
feel me? Like if it's one thing if it's somebody that you know. You feel me? Like
Yeah,
anything that has to do with like something that like was my actual partner, like I can't
Yeah.
do that. Like I would never even want to like I wasn't of the era, bro, where I felt like you need to backdoor your partner
Right.
on all these
Nah,
different
that shit
things.
kinda
I feel like
yeah,
that.
that
I feel
shit
like that's
kinda
peon.
yeah, that
You
shit
feel
kind
me?
of corny. Yeah.
In that, like now I'm sure at some point in my life that I might have went down the same road that somebody that I am friends with did.
Yeah.
I'm trying to watch my words.
Yeah,
You feel me? Like I'm
Took a
pretty.
different turn.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we didn't. You know what I'm saying? But in that, like, not like I would never do that, and especially a girl that I'm a invest in, care about, and and even though that's something that's so like really minute, like
Yeah.
that's just something that for my own mindset. You know what I'm saying? Because this is like I said, it's really one of them things, bro. And it's just you just asking yourself to get put in a position where you gotta whoop somebody. You feel me? Like, and because it just go into that thing, like you know,
That best man shit.
yeah, bro. Like you know, you gotta muff them.
Yeah.
See, like, what would you think?
Yeah, not so you about to say.
I definitely give respect to the dude who can date a chick who for sure. I definitely give respect because that means like he dropped his pride, like he put all that to the side, and he said, "Shoot, forget the past. Like I'm cherish what's here and what's right now." But for me personally,
what if you didn't you speaking that from like he already invested and he already see that's another thing. If you already fell for and then you find out that's different versus like you knowing. Like you saying like you already you know what's in the present. I'm saying like you meet shorty and like your partner like, hey bro, just so you know, like I didn't went through that. Like one time, you feel me? It really wasn't nothing. You know, you try to make it sound like it wasn't nothing. Yeah, it wasn't really even nothing. Bro. One time it didn't mean nothing. It was like really kind of accident, bro.
But yet again, you did make a good point. It depends on who it is. For me personally, everybody has different opinions. But for me, if it's somebody in my inner circle, somebody I see every day. It's a no-go. Yeah, it can't because I can't sit at the table knowing sit at the table with the same person knowing that like he's been inside like my female too, whatever.
But it's I just can't. Then you think about like all the like then everything else can come into like dang like what all like went down like you feel me like it's just like, it's just pop, my nigga? Bro it's you gotta win man like but I'm saying it's just bro it's just all these like different components that's like that you expose yourself to and it's all these questions and like bro it's kind of like how that's a whole nother topic but like when girls like if a dude cheats on a girl, like the girl always like, okay, I have one last question, but it's never one last question. It's always another one and another one. Yeah. And like you putting yourself in that same position to where it's gonna like you gonna ask like, well, was like, what about it wasn't this again? Like when the last time this, like it's like, bro, it's just
you sure it was only once?
Yeah, you just put yourself, you expose yourself, bro, to a whole nother like.
I got a question though. What if it's not somebody on your inner circle, your most inner circle, but it's somebody that you consider a friend.
Like a teammate.
Yeah.
I mean, bro.
That's pretty much your associate. You don't really kick it with them 24/7, but.
Bro, that's different. You feel me? Like, but even like, I don't even like all my teammates. You feel me? So like that would be like a thing like where it wouldn't. I get that. That's more doable because it's like. If I know you, you know what I'm saying? But it's always, it comes at that point, you on the outer circle, like we not partners, you feel me? Because like I consider, like you say, inner circle, I consider that pretty close. Like it ain't a whole lot. So if I know you, then that's one thing. But that's when like respect has to be at like an all-time high. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when it kind of, because I feel like that's for me, and I feel like that's just whatever. Like it ain't no looking at me funny. Yeah. It ain't like no none of that. Because I'm in my own mind, if I know that something done happen, like I'm going to be on alert. You feel me? As a man, it's like just like a woman would be like, you know, you go in a place with your girl and your girl looking at, oh, you know what I'm saying? She looking at girls the whole time the same way. Like, so if I feel like you,
man, that sounds so insecure.
It does, bro. So at that point,
could I?
Yeah,
I could. I could. This is my threshold. Now, if the girl that I'm trying to get with, and my homie had like a prior if they had like a prior relationship where feelings was involved and he made it known to me that they had some, of course I'm not gonna do that. But if it was like a one-time thing and that was it, no feelings was involved, and I really like this girl, I feel like I should be mature enough to put my ego to the side and put my pride to the side.
Absolutely.
And give her a chance.
So let me give like, I'm speaking of if you know that certain people act a certain type of way. So if you know that people like, because I'm trying to say this. I know people who have been on the same team.
Right.
And that this same scenario has happened and stuff like that.
Right.
And I know people who, they were on one side of the spectrum and they'll be the dude bragging. That's the dudes that you have to be like, that you would be looking. Then, you know, some dudes kind of like, man, just kind of whatever. Then you act like it didn't even happen. So I feel like when you speaking from that, if you know the people, you got to kind of base that off of how those people are that you know. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, but if it's my best friend, he wouldn't do nothing like that.
No. Oh, so you saying you would, if your best friend did it, you
if he just popped, just on some random shit. I wouldn't. I don't know.
I got a question though. So how, if there's a girl,
Clark said no to bed.
Right? If there's a girl and like she didn't know that he was your homie until one day y'all was at some kind of thing together, how would you want her to tell you?
He should tell me.
Yeah, I should tell him.
Cause he would know that I'm dating
I
her
would know.
before.
I would know first.
You got to.
So yeah, I would be the man enough to tell.
You saying he would know because
I was with her.
Well, yeah, in time.
Right, so like
I would tell
girls always know. I hate when you say that. Oh, they just find that function. Y'all always know.
Always.
Like,
Right,
girls
y'all
always
girls
know
know
that
your
stuff.
who
or
your friends.
like what if it was like
If that's like his ace, you
Right,
know.
you know.
okay, maybe, but like what if it was something like he lives somewhere far and like so it's never really coming. You know that he has a best friend, but you don't know that it's such and such until he comes down one weekend or something and y'all all at the same place and he like.
That's just no way. Not if that's his best friend, especially like if he with him. There's just no way that y'all
Right.
don't know.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I mean, somebody gonna know.
Okay, so if she know before y'all.
She's trash. If she know
If
and
she
she
know-
don't tell him,
No, yeah, so she should just tell you just like right when like.
That she was with my friend.
you can yeah. That's just common courtesy.
No, I mean I agree,
you-
but
yeah,
how
you supposed
should she
to.
how should she tell you like, hey,
She should.
fuck your friend?
No.
Ah!
not like
You
that.
say it like that, I might have to roll out.
Yeah, you just gotta be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You gotta put them inside, just basically know, like, hey, you know, I know so and so, like we had a past, and that's when you do your best to make it seem like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Then that's when I'm gonna hit up. Hey man,
You gotta
she
call
told
him.
me,
She
like,
told me, yeah.
So you know what happened.
Yeah, what's
so
up?
I'm finna get it from him, and
Yeah.
if they aligned, then I mean I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna always be in the back of your mind, no matter what.
And that's what I'm getting to.
So at the end of the day, I mean I say I can do it, but until I'm actually put in that situation, think about it like you said, if that's your ace, your day one, it's kind of like you want to marry somebody he been in. It's kind of like
that's it.
it's just the fact that
Look,
like.
he's like, it's
If
almost
the only problem I would have is if we show up at say we do a gathering, all your homeboys come, they bring their wives, we older.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm with my woman or whatever, and we just laugh and have a good time, and it's kind of like, dang, like,
Yes.
my dude right here, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's my dude. He was with her, and it's kind of like, dang, like, you know, I don't have that alone. So he shares a memory with her that, you know what I'm saying, I don't share alone with her. So it just kind of like, that may bother me.
And then what if it was a one night stand and it was amazing, and although y'all never, it was just done after that.
Shit, I mean,
Like, how would?
my nigga got that stroke. I mean, it's just what it is.
Bro, but like, you saying that super easy, bro.
Nah,
but
for
it's
sure.
just-
Until you get put in that position, you don't really know. But my thing is, I wouldn't want to ruin something great just because of my own ego.
But like,
I
when
guess.
do you,
But I don't really
at
think
what
it's
point do you
ego.
know that it's great? No, it is. I can say that. At what point do you know that like it's something great? And I feel like that's.
I think you know when it's the potential. I think you can see potential in somebody that's, you know, it's really just great and amazing.
I think it's just one of the things that you always want to view your woman in that like you want to put her on this pedestal.
You still can, bro.
But no, but listen. This is what I'm saying. Yeah, you can. And what I'm saying is like I said, if it was somebody that you know what I'm saying that you know that I'm just whatever I knew or something like that. But it's like when you always want to put your lady like all the way up here. Like that's my woman.
Word.
This is my queen.
Word.
And so in that thing, it's kind of like, yeah, you might know, like, you know, some stuff she's not a virgin or something like that.
Yeah.
You feel me? But it's like, so somebody, you know what I'm saying, has had that or whatever, but it's like, my boy. So at some point in time, like, you was up there with her at some point, and that's just like that's just kind of hard to kind of grasp.
Sure.
Women can get over a lot easier.
I respect
than
that.
guys.
In another way,
I respect that.
like you said, for you putting them up there together, if you look at it, like, them might be the two closest people in your life.
Absolutely.
So if you put the
It's
two
really-
closest
it's-
people in your life in the same bed, you
It's
ain't
really the
gonna-
three of y'all.
It's kind of like
It's the three of y'all.
Yeah.
All three of y'all together.
If you look at it like that, yeah, it is. It's like, dang, like your
And
best
y'all
friend was
both
with
best
your
friend,
best
bro.
friend. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying it can't be done, and I honestly do feel like if you really if you already in love with her and you know it and all this type of stuff, and you just feel like you just know that's your wife, then that's just everybody's wired differently. You know what I'm saying? Some people can handle that. Like
For sure.
some people can come
Nah,
back.
you're right, and we are human, and of course, when you put in a position, you at least when you first see your homie, you gonna be like, damn. But I feel like after a while, like it's you steadily chipping at the ice, and you know it gets better and better every
See,
time.
the craziest thing, like you gonna know that, and like, bro, you gonna like think back to the time because you gonna be like, dang, when was this?
Yeah.
What if it, you know what I'm saying? And it was like a year ago, and you gonna think back to the time. Like,
Dang, I met you a year and a
you
half
like,
ago.
nah, bro, BJ called me that night, bro. He told me he just You know what I'm saying? He called me like, yeah, bro, I just told something about the frame or something like that. Yeah. Bro, that's your lady. Yeah. You didn't even know that. Like, you thinking back to the time, and it's like, bro, and you just looking at him like.
I can give you a scenario where I've been in that position. All right, so my homeboy, you know, he had a little girl or whatever, not a girl, I guess. They was friends. Never went there before. One day, it happened, you know, as we say, you put a man and a woman around each other long enough, something bound to happen. So that happened. Yeah. You know, I never spoke to her, nothing like that. Years go by, I run into her, you know what I'm saying? We chopping it up. We start hanging out a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Then it got to the point where...
Time out. Was he wrong for hanging with her? In your eyes?
Wait, how close are you?
To the me and the dude?
Yeah.
Oh, me and the dude like this, but the dude already got a whole girl, like... Him
and it was they just
him
they
and
just
her
did
relationship was friends. Like, it was open. Like, I knew they was friends. I knew they was friends. Everybody knew they was friends. And then that happened, so it was kind of like... It wasn't like they was dating. It wasn't like they was public, and it wasn't like I would see them together and I'm like, oh, that's you. It was never none of that.
If that was like his gal, then like
I would be wrong.
For sure.
Right.
Keep going.
So we go on a couple of dates or whatever. So I called my partner, hit him up, and I let him know, like, hey, how would you feel if I talked to her?
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like, shoot, I don't care. I got a girl. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about her, like, or whatever. So I was like, all right, cool. So boom, my sights were set on her, knowing that my partner was with her at that one time. Mm-hmm. And like, I was cool with that. Like, it didn't bother me or whatever. Like, I was trying to get to know her. I liked her, but it bothered her. It didn't bother me though.
Oh.
That's interesting. It's usually the other way around.
So it bothered her. So like, even though...
Nah, girls be mad about that. Girls don't want to run into no girl that you didn't have a relationship with.
Well, like, I'm saying, she was mad. Was she backed out of it because of my partner? Like, she was with my partner and chose to be with me too. You know what I'm saying? But like, I knew, you know, I already knew about it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so it's kind of like now.
So she just didn't feel comfortable doing it.
Yeah, so I guess she didn't feel comfortable afterwards.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
but
it's like
she ruined something great, huh?
No, I ain't gonna.
She ruined something great, huh?
She did. No.
Yeah.
No, I ain't gonna say that, but I'm just saying, like, at that moment, that I know that part, and that didn't bother me that my friend was with her, but I realized that, you know, it could bother both parties.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even though...
Do you think it didn't bother you just because y'all were in the talking stages? If y'all would have got more serious, would it have bothered you later in the...
No, because I knew who my friend was. And I knew that, you know, I knew he wasn't going to be on that, like...
That's maturity, though.
So I knew who my friend was.
Let me ask you the question, like, if the roles was reversed, as in, like, you was the friend who had... So you mess with Shorty, right?
Mm-hmm.
He come back and date her. Like, what is your mind like? It's like, how do you...
How long was he with?
Yeah, how long
was he
scheming?
How long was
this was like 2 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? Y'all do whatever y'all do 2 years ago. Now he started dating her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is your what is your mind like when you come around? I know you're not thinking like, dang, I remember it's like, but I'm thinking like, how do you act? Do you act normal?
Yeah.
Do you act? See, what I'm saying is like, at that point in time, like, you know her on another level. Like, that's all the little nuances that I'm talking about. Like, you know her you know her way better than other people. Maybe not better than him. Mm-hmm. But you come around, it's like, you know her. Like, so if y'all start joking too much, that's gonna make him feel like...
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You say something and
it'll be awkward.
You saying you was once here, but now you're not seeing her like on a different level. You have to bring yourself right here, but you're not used to that because you was...
Yeah, and so not that you like, not even that you intentionally like, flirting or doing whatever. It's just like...
Natural.
If you know her, you know what I'm saying? So you more comfortable with her than other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if we all was there, you might be talking to her more than me and him because we don't necessarily know her. And for him, that might be like, you talking to my girl a little too much. And that's not a conversation that you want to have because you want to come off insecure. You know, like, why you talking to my girl so much? Or why you doing this?
But you can ask her about it.
But that still make you come off insecure.
I mean, yeah, but then it also prevents you from like festering all these thoughts in your head and maybe...
But what do you ask? That's what I'm saying. It's always going to be another question.
I mean, I don't know what you ask.
What do you ask?
I feel like you have to communicate that feeling rather than letting it sit inside. And you feeling some type of way and then it spills over in your relationship.
I feel like that can develop another problem though. Just coming off insecure, just like
it would depend on the girl.
Because nobody wants to be with somebody who does.
The strength of the
But I feel like if y'all was too jokey and y'all and the girl was with the person, like, it would be okay for your man to be like, hey, what's going on if y'all knew y'all messed around.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you know it's too jokey?
Right.
Just because he just might be feeling that way.
And I feel like that would create tension too, because it's like nothing was going on. You just created an issue. Now it's awkward.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the right answer.
It just changes your whole perspective on what you're seeing. Like now, it's like you bring your girl around your partners for the first time.
It's just too many different scenarios.
Yeah, it's all these different variables that you
have.
It's a sticky situation.
So I guess it's not that I couldn't. I just wouldn't want to.
I wouldn't want to either. Yeah, that wouldn't be my first choice.
Like you know what I'm saying. Like, but if I knew that this woman was my wife, like, and like you know what I'm saying, I would do whatever for my girl. You feel me? But it's just like at that point in time, it's like. That's not an ideal situation that you want to get put in because it's like, bro, it's a lot of stuff that you got to overcome. You got to humble yourself in a lot of ways.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying, bro? That's crazy.
D-Clark, that's a no-go for you?
It's a no-go, bro.
No-go.
Just everything now. Like, if y'all mess with somebody, I'm not going to do it. It's like, oh.
Not even talking.
Not nothing. None of that.
It's way too much.
How let you be.
He the type that he'll get on the gram and be like, damn, this nigga BJ like the picture. Nope.
I can't talk to him.
I'm like, bro, I don't even know that girl, dog.
You like the picture. I'm like,
that boy BJ is a like assassin, boy.
Cut that out.
Oh yeah, edit that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know. I ain't got responsibilities.
All right, let's stay on the friends theme, man. As somebody in a relationship, how do your friends? I guess what role do your friends play in your relationship?
What role do they play?
Like
my friends don't got nothing to do with my relationship.
At all, period.
I mean,
if you ever going through something.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm very, very, bro. Like I'm a super private person. You feel me? Like I give maybe like X amount of myself. Like it's probably only one. It's only like one person on the earth aside from my lady that knows like a lot that goes on with me. You feel me? Like I have like you know what I'm saying, real close and like brothers and stuff. But I talk to them and like about certain things to a certain amount. But my friends, like, I feel like I'm a big advocate of not putting too many feet in the water. Like I don't want too many opinions on what I'm doing.
That's deep.
You know what I'm saying? Like you get too many feet in the water, like the water get muddy.
Yeah.
You don't know necessarily what's going on.
Right. Drop the mic.
Pass the mat.
Nah, but like I that's what I told my girl that when we first got together. I'm like, look, like who your friends? And she said some names. I said I don't date them. I don't date your mama. I don't date your grandma. I don't date your auntie. You don't date my brother. You don't date none of my friends. Like we date each other. So like we talk with each other. If you don't feel like talking to me, if I don't feel like talking to you, then we'll stop talking for like you know what I'm saying, an hour or two, whatever it is. But we gonna come back and we don't discuss it with each other. I don't want you going and telling them, and I'm not gonna go and do that. Because
you think that's toxic?
Yeah, and I just like you bringing because what you gonna do is like, especially like what a lot of women do. I'm gonna say like a lot of women like they go. A lot of times, like they'll go and they'll be upset, and they get empowered by their girls,
right?
So, like,
and then they make them
say some crazy stuff. And but a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, they girls they either be single, they don't be having the same type of knowledge or whatever it is, and so they projecting their emotion, their thoughts onto her. It's not an objective view.
I think it's situational though, bro, because
I definitely talking about fighting about some stuff.
And sometimes, man, people outside the relationship can kind of see something that you're not seeing clearly.
Yes.
Like if you're being mistreated and stuff like that. Then I feel like sometimes you need that friend to be like, hey, like what's going on? Not cool. Like you shouldn't be okay with this. And I guess it's somewhere interfering with the relationship, but I feel like as a friend, that's the kind of role I would want my homeboy to play in my relationship.
So, but I'm saying he has the liberty to let you know about something, but I'm more so referring to like if me and her get in an argument, I'm not running back and telling him like, oh,
gotcha,
XYZ happened on this and this. It's like I said, it's certain things that you need other people's trusted input on there.
Right.
But I'm not like the type where it's like, and I know like, and that's one thing, especially like I said, and I know like a lot of girls do that. Like something happened, they go straight to the
But also, I feel like you have to be aware of what kind of friends you have. Like when your friends are in relationships and they're doing things that you like, I would never do this. Why would you go to them for advice?
Come on, hey, let me.
So that's just my thought on it. I feel like I like he said, like you're not dating your friends or vice versa or whatever, but your friends can give you some good insight, like
Absolutely.
They can even say, like, you tripping, like, why are you mad at this dude and he do XYZ for you and he slipped because of lack of competency or how you was raised or XYZ, like, why are you tripping? So, but I think you have to be very mindful of the advice that you take and who you talking to. Like, sometimes people go to their mama, but your mama can't keep them in. Like, it's things like that. Like, and just to be honest, like, sometimes our parents are not relationship savvy.
Yeah.
So it's just
and
like
not only that, they can't get up out of their
parental.
that's my baby.
Right.
View. It's like,
very
you know what I'm
true.
saying?
Right.
They can't, like,
you can't treat my daughter like
yeah.
this. You can't treat my daughter
and your
like
daughter been dogging him out the whole time.
Right.
Or vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's just a lot of variables that play into that. So you try to, like, I try my best to try to minimize as many people as, like, can say whatever. Like,
Makes
you know
sense.
what I'm saying? And let's just keep it 1,000. A lot of our friends and a lot of other people's friends are trash when it comes to certain things.
Yeah.
So they're going to give you info, like,
trash advice.
yeah, they're gonna give you trash advice. Like, we cool with them because out of certain, like there's some like dudes that I like rock with since day one.
Yeah.
I'm not asking y'all nothing that has to do with relationship.
Yeah.
Because you wanna know why? Because, like, I know you.
Yeah.
And I know
I know
you know
what
what I'm saying? I know
you
you.
is.
Like,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying? Like, in the same the same thing with women. Like, some, like, you should know her. Like, oh, I should not ask her that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you shouldn't. It's just some people, bro, you just don't need to ask them about nothing. Like, if we're going to talk about something else, like, yeah, we can talk about that, but nothing about relationship, bro. Like,
So with that, do you kind of monitor how often you bring your girl around your friends too, or is it kind of?
no, I mean, I don't personally, because I feel like when you have that type of, if y'all both on the same page, like we was talking about earlier, like, hey, like, we keep our relationship in-house, then, like, you feel me, like, then they shouldn't trip. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want, like, my girl to feel like family to my partners.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
Like, my little brother FaceTime my girl more than he FaceTime me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she come and pull up to the crib, she on FaceTime with him, and she like, oh, it's your little brother. Like, bro, stop calling her. You know what I'm saying? Like, she talking to my partners and stuff like that. So I don't that trust is there. No, but you couldn't do that. Hey, you couldn't do that. You feel me? If you feel me? So let her pull up to the crib and she FaceTiming old boy.
Right.
You got
a muffin.
That's what you agree?
Nah, I definitely I agree with most of the things he said. You can't let too many feet get in the water your relationship, just because it's toxic in general. And you pinpoint when you said there's a lot of trash people out there as far as like friends. So yeah, I agree with everything he said.
Oh yeah, BJ, you go the same way?
Nah, really, like, I love my niggas, so like.
So I'm gonna listen to them.
So yeah, I'm gonna tell my niggas everything. No, I'm just playing. Nah, it's just like you said, it's a certain degree. So I mean, it's certain people that, like you said, I might tell somebody a certain thing, and I might tell somebody else. Like, I got somebody, you know, that I trust with everything. You know, I don't mind if we talk about relationships, from spirituality, from sports, from whatever. You know what I'm saying? However I'm feeling or whatever. Like, I can talk to that person because I know, like, you know, I'm gonna get sound advice, and I know that if once I share that with that person, I won't hear about it from my other partner. You know what I'm saying? My other partner, like, hey, I heard what your girl did, and it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So
you true.
Right. Yeah. So if it's but not every single bit of information should go to you. Like, your friend shouldn't know everything.
I feel like in a relationship, before you go to your friend, though, you should talk to.
You should talk to the other person, right?
Before you even start to fester thoughts, like.
Well, what if y'all in an argument?
Yeah,
though,
but
man?
that's not always realistic.
Right.
That's
not realistic.
Like, I love my girl to death, but it's sometimes I don't want to talk to her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
we
but
get
I'm
argument
saying.
about something. Like, I don't feel like talking to you right now.
Right.
For sure.
But you don't have to go talk to anybody
No, I
else
don't.
about that. Yeah, but what
Right,
I'm saying is, like, before you talk to someone else, even if y'all don't talk that day, like, I feel like you should talk to your significant other.
Yeah.
Before you talk to somebody else.
Because like it only takes one word to change your whole thought process.
But you know, like, a lot of times, like, people, like, they want to, like, vent when they in that
moment.
When they in that moment, like, dang, you piss me off. Like, man, I gotta go jet. Like, so I be recommending people go in their room and talk to themselves.
Write it down.
Right.
Write a text
Bro,
message
you
in your
realize how
notes.
crazy you sound when you start talking to yourself. Like, you never realize it. Bro, I didn't realize I was off, bro, until I started talking to myself.
Record that shit, bro.
Yeah, bro, I have. I'm like, bro, I ain't got no marbles, bro. Out of here.
Yeah, man, that's some good stuff, man. Let's get some final thoughts before we get out of here. BJ, what you got?
As far as the whole topic and everything.
It's anything. It's your moment. It's your minute.
Well, I just feel like, first of all, as just to go over everything, I feel like relationships and everything, it's all about who you can trust and who you can. It's all about building to me. Like relationships, it's all about who I can build with, who I can go on the journey for the long haul with. If it's not anything long haul, and it's all short term, then really it's to me it's I'm wasting my time, and that goes with friendships. But also in relationships, you meet everybody for a particular reason. So I might meet somebody that's for a day or for a moment, for an hour. I might have a conversation with a man at the bar who I might not ever see him again, but he gave me 3 words that, helped me and boosted my confidence or, changed my perspective on things to got me to act a certain way to where I, dodge another situation or I, come out successful in something. So really it's just all about who you meet, and relationships are, to me, very important, and it's all about just building and trusting. So that's all I got.
Alright. Nacho? That's it.
It's my final thought, man. It's kind of more what Matt said. I like what he said about you can't let too many people be inside your relationship. It's a relationship. It's 2 people. I mean,
it's a partnership.
It's a partnership. That's what I'm trying to say. And that partnership shouldn't be extended within like more than just 2 people. And that's why we call it a relationship. It's just you and that person or whatever. And that's the beauty in that. And then don't let too many people get inside your relationship.
No doubt. Chelsea.
Okay, like just I guess since we're talking about relationships and friendships, just be mindful of the purpose that they serve in your life. And most of the time, sometimes we need to self-evaluate and make sure that we are being purposeful in other people's life, because it's easy to point the finger, but sometimes we're slacking as friends or we're slacking as significant others and not instilling and encouraging the people surrounding us. So sometimes our friends seem like they got it all together, but it doesn't hurt to shoot a text and check on them, make sure they're good.
That's what's up. Maddie D, come on, give us something.
That was real though, what you talking about.
Real.
About being self-aware. Cause like it was times like that's what I really had to do with myself, like, you know what I'm saying, some time ago. Like I didn't realize I was trash until I really sat down and thought about it's a lot of things that it just really not live. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that like I told you about the situation, would I want to date me? You feel me? Like that's something I had to think about in a relationship. Like I was like, nah, there's some stuff you gotta, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, switch up. But I feel like, you know what I'm saying, we touched a lot of stuff today. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying, about the Drake topics, power and union. I guess, that other topic, bro. That one. That topic right there. Bro, you gotta either watch your ego or you gotta muffle. It's one of the 2.
No in between.
Yeah, it ain't no in between. But nah, man, you know what I'm saying? I like what she said about being self-aware.
Yeah.
And stop running to your friends asking them for stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Your friend out here wilding out, you know what I'm saying? She you know what I'm saying? She been on the block for 3 years straight. You ain't had a man, you know what I'm saying? You in a relationship.
You asking her
and you want to ask her like, hey, what should I do? What you mean, what should I do? Hey, don't ask her nothing.
Yeah. I got you, man. That's dope. But for me, man, I'm just say, man, don't let your ego ruin something that can be really special. And Kodak Black is straight up the best rapper, nigga. I don't care what y'all say. When a nigga can say, you only believe in Jesus, why you got a Jesus team? That shit, dog.
Should feed the assassin.
No, I'm fucking with y'all, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man.